How did your soldiers' cry for help get mistaken for lack of discipline? Private Cody Hartwell was falling apart in front of everyone, and we completely missed it. Kid was 20 years old, fresh out of basic training, assigned to our motor pool unit at Fort Carson. First month, he seemed fine. Quiet, hardworking, kept to himself. Then the problem started. Hartwell would show up late to formation, uniform wrinkled, boots unshined. Simple tasks took him twice as long as everyone else. During weapons cleaning, I'd find him staring at his rifle like he'd never seen one before. Our platoon sergeant, Staff Sergeant Knox, had zero tolerance for what he saw as attitude problems. Hartwell, you think this is summer camp? Get your head out of your rear and start acting like a soldier. But it kept getting worse. Hartwell would forget basic instructions, zone out during safety briefings, sometimes just stop working in the middle of routine maintenance. His bunk looked like a tornado hit it every morning. Knox was furious. Started smoking Hartwell daily. Extra duty, push-ups, verbal counseling sessions that could be heard 3 tenths away. This recruit is testing my authority, he'd tell me. Needs to learn respect the hard way. I thought Knox was right. Hartwell seemed defiant, like he was deliberately screwing up to annoy leadership. The spacing out, the forgotten tasks, the sloppy appearance. Classic signs of a soldier who didn't want to be there. Week 4, things escalated. During motor pool inspection, Knox found Hartwell sitting in a Humvee, completely motionless, just staring at the steering wheel. Engine wasn't running, no tools in his hands, nothing. Hartwell, what are you doing? No response. Knox had to shake his shoulder to get his attention. Sorry, Sergeant, just checking the gauges. Knox exploded. Checking gauges? For 30 minutes? You're either the dumbest soldier I've ever met, or you're playing games with me. That night, Knox put Hartwell on midnight guard duty as punishment. Solo watch, 4-hour shift, radio check every 30 minutes. Standard disciplinary action for soldiers who needed attitude adjustment. Around 2 a.m., Hartwell missed his first radio check, then the second. By the third missed check, Knox was marching to the guard post ready to destroy this kid's military career. Found Hartwell collapsed behind the guard shack, unconscious, barely breathing. Medics rushed him to the base hospital while Knox called for a full investigation. Emergency room doctor took one look at Hartwell and ordered immediate blood work. Results came back showing severe malnutrition, dehydration, and dangerously low blood sugar levels. Turned out Hartwell had been sending 90% of his military pay home to support his sick mother and 3 younger siblings. Living on crackers and water for weeks, too ashamed to ask for help, slowly starving himself while trying to maintain military standards. The spacing out, the confusion, the inability to focus, all symptoms of prolonged hunger. His brain literally didn't have enough glucose to function properly. What we saw as defiance was actually his body shutting down from lack of nutrition. Knox felt sick when the doctor explained everything. You mean this soldier was collapsing from hunger while I was smoking him for disciplinary problems? Hospital staff discovered Hartwell had lost 28 pounds since arriving at our unit. His mother was dying of cancer, father had abandoned the family, and Hartwell was carrying the entire financial burden on a private salary. Knox immediately arranged emergency leave and connected Hartwell with military family services, got him enrolled in food assistance programs, and helped his family apply for dependent benefits they didn't know existed. But here's what really got to everyone. While reviewing Hartwell's service record, we discovered he'd been trying to communicate his situation for weeks. He'd submitted 3 formal requests to speak with a chaplain, sent 2 letters to his company commander, and even tried to approach Knox directly after formation. Every attempt had been interpreted as excuse-making or attention-seeking behavior. Knox had literally torn up Hartwell's written requests without reading them, assuming they were complaints about duty assignments. I was trying to tell someone I needed help, Hartwell explained later. But every time I opened my mouth, you guys thought I was making excuses for poor performance. Hartwell recovered fully after 2 weeks of proper nutrition and family support. Became one of our most reliable soldiers, eventually earning Soldier of the Month 3 times running. Knox changed his entire leadership approach after that incident, started mandatory private counseling sessions with every new soldier, created anonymous suggestion boxes, and required documentation of any disciplinary action reasoning. 6 months later, military command used Knox's new protocols as the basis for Army-wide policy changes regarding soldier welfare and early intervention programs. Hartwell retired as a master sergeant 20 years later. His youngest sibling, who he'd been supporting, graduated medical school and now works as an Army physician, directly crediting her brother's sacrifice for her education and career.